Hello everyone, welcome back to the physics class. In last class, we started chapter 2 and we learned about the electrostatic potential energy of a particle when it is placed in an electrical field, and we consider it that this potential energy is due to the work done on this particle from bringing it from infinity to that point. After that, the problem with this potential energy is it was dependent on the magnitude of charge. So we calculated a new term which is called electrostatic potential. So after that electrostatic potential, calculating this electrostatic potential, we simply calculated the potential due to a point charge at any point, and we found that both the potential energy and this electrostatic potential were not dependent on the path taken by the particle. It is only dependent on the distance between 2 points. After that, we compared the graphs of electric field and potential, where potential varies as 1 by r and electric field varies as 1 by r square. That means electric field drops much sharply. After that, we solved this simple numerical question, simple numerical example. Now let us move further. Today we are going to start potential due to an electric dipole. So here they have given the introduction of dipole. We know that dipole is a two charges which are separated by a very small distance 2a. So two charges, positive and minus q, plus q and minus q, separated by a very small distance 2a. So the total charge is 0, but there is some distance between them, hence we saw that field was not 0. Due to this, field is not exactly cancels out. We found some field there and it was varying as 1 by r cube for an electric dipole. After that, we saw that its dipole moment P was simply charge into distance. So distance between two charges were 2qa, 2a. So this was positive charge, this was negative charge, and the distance is always considered 2a, not a from midpoint, a on the left side, a on the right side. So distance is always 2a, and the direction of dipole, if you remember, it is always from negative side to positive side. So the direction of P is from negative charge to positive charge. Now let us see what is the potential due to this charge. We also see that the electric field of a dipole at a point with position vector r depends not only on the magnitude but also on the angle between r and p that we have already seen. There was a term in which we took the angle between r and p, so it is also dependent on that. Further, the field falls as 1 by r cube, that we have already discussed, that it is not 1 by r square for a dipole. It falls as 1 by r3. Now we will determine the electric potential due to a dipole. So this is our figure. So this time again we are going to determine, and we are taking a dipole. This is our dipole, this is q, this is minus q, and the distance between them is 2a. And as I have already said, the direction of dipole is always from negative to positive. So it is showing the direction of this dipole. Let this point O be the center of this dipole. This O is the center point of this dipole, and we want this potential at this point P. P is much far than these A. P is much far than the distance between two charges of the dipole. This is always the approximation, that the point where we need potential or electric field is much far than the distance between two charges. So anyway, so we need electric field at point P, and from the middle point O, it has a distance r. Again this r distance, and let us say this positive charge q has a distance r1, and this negative charge has a distance r2, and this point P is making an angle theta, this angle theta at the direction of this dipole. So this is making an angle theta, this point P, on the direction of this dipole. So this is our configuration, this is our arrangement. Now let us see what we have to do. As before, we take the origin, so this is the origin, and now we know that electric field obeys the superposition principle. So last year we discussed about the superposition principle. Superposition principle is that simply adding two fields or two quantities, and we saw that electric field due to different charges was simply addition of two different charges. Now similar holds true for the potential. So the potential due to this positive charge and negative charge simply adds up. So what we will do, so the potential was simply work done divided by the charge. So the potential is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r1, the distance of this charge positive q, which is r1, minus q upon r2, this is negative charge, hence it is in negative. So simply what we have done, potential due to positive charge is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and charge is q divided by r1, distance r1. Potential due to negative charge is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught minus q, so minus comes here, upon distance r2. And when we add this, total potential is V positive and V negative. When we add this, so we get this formula, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, that is common, q1 upon r1 minus, this minus goes here, minus q upon r2. So this is for negative charge. So this is the formula that we get for potential. Now where r1 and r2 are the distances of the point P from these charges. Now these are the distances. Here we can see r1 is the distance of P point from positive charge and r2 is the distance of point P from negative charge. Now it is written from geometry, r1 square is equal to r square plus a square minus 2ar cos theta, and r2 is equal to r square plus a square plus 2ar cos theta. How this thing has come, so let us see. So if we take this point O and this point P, how can we get from O to P? We can take this path, one path r, so one path is r, another path is, we can go like this, which is A, and like this. So this simply r is equal to A. So we are doing the vector sum plus r1. This is condition 1. Similarly, we can go from this O to P in another path, is like this. Take A in this direction and then go like this. So r is equal to A plus r2. So we can go this way. This is condition 2. Now if we see here, the angle is theta, here angle is theta. In second case, if we complete this line, so this angle is theta, this whole angle is 180 degree. So angle is 180 minus theta. So for condition 2, angle is 180 minus theta. For condition 1, it is simply theta. So now let us solve this thing. Let me remove these things. So this is only a vector sum, nothing more than that. So let me solve this.